This is New Year's Eve. The big day. So what's gonna be my decision? The second my eyes open, torn as I might have been before, my mind's already made its choice, clear as day. I'm just wired to follow my gut, to be driven by impulse, the good, the bad, or the totally random. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And jumping into the fray. I'm backing Reynard, not because I'm still hung up on him, or because it's some noble cause for our clan and Reynard's pipe dream. Hell no. I'm in it for the thrill, the new, the downright ineffable. It's pretty much a death wish, but screw it. It comes with the Ravnos territory. Who the hell is knocking onto my RV now? Connie, you're here! Get out of here fast! Oh, it's just my kind host. Well, what choice do I have but to oblige? Mato, what's going on? Look, Kali, I'm really sorry, but you need to get out now. Did I mess up or something? He looks all twisted, like he's been on alert since we split up last night. Nah, you didn't. It's just some serious shit hit the fan. Only just found out. Staying here and safe for you. Is it that bad? It's a goddamn disaster. I would grill him a bit more, but his disaster isn't my circus. Not anymore. I got other places to be. Give me 5, I'm out of your hair. Thanks, it's for the best, really. Hit me up with a few months, yeah? Once everything cooled down? Doubtful. I'm pretty much dead to the city now. Wasn't planning on a return trip either. This place is a magnet for bullshit. I see. That's a shame, really. When it came to change your mind, we'll see. Stay safe, Mato. He gives me a frantic nod, his mind obvious racing with a fallout. The hell are the Anarchs up to? Yeah, whatever, I'm out. First thing first, I'm gonna drive my baby back to a nice little isolated parking spot. There are plenty here in New York, so my RV should be pretty secure there. Next, a rendezvous with Reynard and his endless drivel. I hope he at least has cooked up a plan that doesn't involve my final death by design. He's gonna throw everything I've got into getting that vial, and then we'll just see how good I really am at surfing through sheer fucking chaos. So I understand now we have Patrick's story as well. So now we're gonna see all the relationship and the movement with the Anarchs. So now we have the Camarilla side of the story through the eyes of Ravnos. Of Kali, sorry. Burning Man. Reynard's a ruthless con man, willing to lie, cheat, and kill to get his hand on Zapatasuro's blood. But as insane as it sounds, there's something undeniably thrilling about being part of the heist to end all heist. And I can't deny I unalive for the thrill. I'm a daredevil after all. New York, Manhattan. Burning Man. I show up early. Way too early. I tell myself just my usual routine, checking the perimeter to make sure it isn't waving any red flags, which is exactly what I end up doing. Old habits die hard, I guess. Next up, I'm on the prowl, eyes peeled for any sign of a trap, or anyone looking for trouble. I scour the place for our secret messages, desperate for something that yells, "Kali, babe, this one's for you." Then I grab the best hiding spot I can find, slip into the shadows, and settle in to wait. And wait. And wait. God damn it, where is he? I pace restlessly when the infamous clock of Tribeca Tower mocks me with its dead end on my naivete. Minutes turn to what feels like hours, and I start to feel like a complete moron, all wired and twitchy, waiting for him who never shows. Deja vu slapped me in the face. Hard. Same shit, different night. Well, maybe the gritty Manhattan backdrop added his own flavor to the bitterness. Hardly a week's gone by, and here I am, repeating my mistake. Except now I'm willingly blindfolding myself, fully aware of the shitstorm I'm marching into. Damn, I'm too amped up to think straight. Why the hell would Reynard ditch me, especially when he's been the one begging for my help? Unless he's been playing me the entire time. Again, which, let's be honest, would make me the queen of fools. Makes no sense, though. No fucking sense whatsoever. Another half hour of fuming, and push forward, half hoping to just bump into him out of sheer luck. Turns out I should have bailed earlier, because the asshole did leave a hint after all. It's just that my search was half-assed. He tweaked some old hobo signs, mixing in just enough of our secret sauce to make it barely noticeable. Must have been a rush job, so I would have spotted it way sooner. The signs that once meant free medical help to me and Reynard reads, "This is a decoy, head this way," vaguely pointing toward Times Square. God, there's something about this whole situation, something I've been missing so much. If not, it's not the sign itself, it's the person behind it, the familiarity in those messed up strokes, the sense that it was meant just for me. I loathe the very thought, but it wraps me up completely in this twisted sense of home, my clan's perverse idea of belonging. Memory of Reynard. Focus on the damn job. You're a pro. You rule your emotions. They don't rule you. Remember that, kid. Snap out of it. Give myself a couple of good, refreshing slaps and shove that yearning, that ache that brings nothing but ruin, back into the furthest corners of my mind. Reynard's on them advice finally clicked. Or at least, there's that. I head for the subway without a second thought. I got a direction and just a sliver of time to brace myself for whatever's waiting for me down the road. Subway, ... I found him one subway ride later, waiting in an alley a couple of blocks away from Carnegie Hall. He's strutting around with that smug grin of his showing off his perfect teeth. It's a miracle his loud overcoat isn't drowning out the hum of the New York. Sorry. My sire, the king of bullshit, just as infuriatingly immemorable as ever. Seems they chose the spot carefully. It's shockingly quiet here. Whatever's planned, it's clear they want to keep any uproar around the convoy to a controlled minimum. Everything feels so mundane, aside from the distant echo of celebration and the view of the Times Square ball in the distance, reminding us we're teetering on the edge of a whole new year. The moment Reynard sends me nearby, he turns around and gives me the aggravatingly casual salute, signaling for me to come over. Kid? Sure you did. I spot other three kindred with him, all dressed in black and gray, radiating this weird aura that seems to pull the shadow closer to them. Okay, those are the Tsibiti goons. Yeah, that's him. Evening, man. Mr. Castle? The trio fans out on Reynard's signal, scoping on the scene and watching the street. I stand my ground, arm crossed, ready to vent my irritation when he comes over. You don't know Tarmus? I'm honestly baffled you haven't bumped into him yet. That guy's all over the shop. Tarmus? What is he, the Greek god of assholes or something? Nah, it's just his alias, I reckon. Smells like something from a Blake poem. Is all about that esoteric horse shit. I let the silence hang for a while, trying to figure him out, but he's more a closed book than ever. So all these guys, they're Vitritra's crew? He pauses, mulling over his answer. Some of them, yeah. No, all of them, yeah. I drop my voice to a whisper. Are they clue in? Can we trust them? Not exactly a confident boost. Yeah, be more cryptic, would you? His gaze sharpens, annoyance flickering across his face. A rare sight, but I've seen it before. Getting cold feet, Charlie? It's all in or nothing with me, you know it. Either you're fully on board, trusting my lead, or we're done here. I give him a hard look. I just don't think these guys can actually pull it off. They'll manage. Plus, they're La Sombra. No, they're not. And that means shit in general, but tonight there are mobile electronic warfare. Anything modern tech goes haywire around them. Makes us nearly invisible to smartphone cameras. Of course. So probably there's one Tzimisce and two La Sombras. Or they're all La Sombras and they're just wearing Tzimisce's coat of arms. That's either incredibly risky or downright brilliant, and Reynard is rarely off the mark. Still not clear what I'm supposed to be doing. He locks eyes with me for the first time since we met up last night. Gone is any hint of warmth I remember, replaced entirely by purpose. Chilling, undiluted purpose. That scares the undead shit out of me. I need you to be yourself, Callie, that cunning, sharp-tongued performer embraced under the glare of that burning effigy. You've got this, trust me. I wouldn't bet against you. Damn well be a good bet. So yeah, basically, she was a con artist for at Burning Man, and she was embraced there, and nobody gave a fuck because everybody was high. His grin, phony as a $3 bill, somehow eases the tension. We just sit there for a while, soaking in the quiet moment, a rare thing for our clan. Part of me aches to trust him. Damn, it's making it incredibly tempting. It would be so easy, so soothing to let down my walls and shove all my skepticism aside. It would hurt a lot less. But I can't let myself go there. Not with everything that's gone down. I gotta stay sharp, keep my defenses up, always on alert. Especially against him. Convoy details, why tonight? What about hunters? Got any intel on the convoy? Number of vehicles, level of security, that kind of thing? Yeah, based on what I've gathered, they're rolling with just one lightly armored van unmarked to stay under the radar. Expect the driver and their right-hand man up front with a backup car or two to follow, all trained for combat. He cuts himself off and raises to his feet in an instant. You'll have to figure out the rest as we go. Shit's about to go down. Just then, I catch a signal from one of the La Sombras. The convoy is about to approach. Come. Let's give those folks a show of their lifetimes. Slipping back into my old self feels like putting on a worn-out pair of jeans. Familiar and comforting, but you know all the places they pitch. So I pretend everything's the same, even though it's starting to chafe. Like we're just two old pals, him teaching, me learning. There's still some twisted respect there, I admit, but I'm not blinded by his bullshit anymore. This is the only way I can pull this off. That's my secret to keeping a poker face, even when I'm drowning in this sea of lies. Perhaps to truly discover myself, I have to vanish into the chaos first. But now I see clearly. I'm Callie, a Ravnos through and through. In my own damn self. Not just a puppet on strings. Let's fucking do this. By the time I get back to Reynard, he's already in full swing, working the crowd with only grew during our little chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your undivided attention for just a moment. Yes, you too, big guy. I need you all to be part of this. Without you, there's no magic. He pauses for the dramatic effect, casting his gaze all around, and somehow everyone immediately turns towards him, fixated on his captivating gestures. What the actual fuck, Reynard? Thought we were aiming for low key. Ain't that kill? Let the maestro do his work. He weaves through the crowd, pulling in the stragglers with his charm and dazzling them with quick finger tricks. I catch sight of a few smartphones coming out, but two of our Lasombras crew are on it, sticking close to ensure all the recordings end up in a grainy mess. Tonight, we're diving at first into the unknown. I'm inviting you on another expedition of wonder. Are you with me? A resounding hell yeah echoes back. I keep my own lips sealed. To the fine folks gathered in this crazy, beautiful jungle, tonight, you're the key masters to the secrets of the universe. But I gotta ask, are your minds open? Are you prepared to question everything you ever believed? The crowd's going on the drama. Yeah, it's doing a mind freak thing. We're just puppets to the rules, the laws of physics, moral codes, you name it. And let's not forget ordinances, the chains of our so-called society. I bet plenty of you get exactly what I mean. Especially you, sir. Yes, you in that cashmere vest. You look like you got at least a couple of unfair parking tickets to your name, am I right? The joke's lame as hell, but the crowd's eating it up. But what if we say fuck the rules tonight? What if I showed you the truth so wild it breaks every damn law that paves the path to true freedom? In a second, my beautiful assistant and I are gonna blow your mind with something that's been years in the making. It ain't a simple trick. It challenges what we accept as reality. So, one more time. Are you with me? The crowd's buzzing, giving me a moment to throw a jab at Reynard's way. Jesus, Renard, this was your master plan, working the crowd? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer. You're loving this. You're the headliner after all. Huh? Our spectacle, it's your call. You've lost your goddamn mind. We've rocked this shit before, Kali. Loads of times. It's gonna be legendary. Trust me. I won't trust him, thank you very much, but even though I play pissed, I'm secretly buzzing with excitement. I know how exactly the kind of magic we're gonna pull off tonight. Okay. Since I chose to put my 3 on animalism, I cannot put obfuscate 3, I cannot put presence 3. So, I cannot put the Fata Morgana, the Grand Mirage. I cannot put entrancement, passion is the true magic. I'm gonna be casting Unliving Hive. Kafka, but gross. We're going with a 3-2-3 setup. That's our shorthand for the trick's complexity and style we're about to pull off. If it's his brainchild, so he gets the message right away. Got any particular pets in mind? Only if you count cockroaches as pets. He nods curiously and hypes the crowd even further. My friends, as we stand on the brink of the new year, we need to face an undeniable truth. Our government is ridden with filth. The halls of power are overrun by political cockroaches. These pests, masquerading as our so-called leaders and public servant, have burrowed deep into the tissue of our society, leeching off our hard work, our hopes, and our dreams. Open your eyes, see what they've done to us. They promise us the world, only to deliver goddamn crumbs. Instead of scoffs and boos, I expected after this classic ploy, the crowd's eating up every word he speaks out like the gospel's truth. The mortals are nodding along, shouting in agreement like they've been waiting for someone to voice their very thoughts. But what if I showed you what they would do to us if given the chance? It's time to shine a light into dark corners and expose these roaches for what they truly are. No more lies. Tonight you're gonna see the raw truth with your own eyes. Christ. But Lee loves the sound of his own voice. And he's hyping up the crowd way too much. The trick's cool, but not earth-shattering. Oi, Raven! They're sad, they're here! Oh boy. I jerk my head towards him. That dumbass from Raritra's gang is pointing at some plain van rolling up, shadowed by a dark sedan. Both jammed up thanks to a street act. Reynard spots them and smirks like he just won the lottery. You good to go, kid? Yeah, let's fucking do this. Knock their socks off. Make sure you grab everyone's attention. Hope you've got some damn smokers up your sleeves. He grins, and I'm all set, steeling myself for the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between, behold my fearless assistants who's stepping up to confront New York's filthiest terror head-on. Right on cue, I slip into the role, my current mood adding a flavor of reluctant, jerky irritation, heavy with theatrically overstated impatience. Are they gonna breach the masquerade? I step up to the center of the stage and reach into my feral self, feeling the familiar surge of the wild, untamed feral energy. I sense them, all of them, hundreds, maybe thousands of cockroaches, crawling around in the sewers, the trash cans, and the walls, coalescing into one sprawling, revolting mass. I feel them stir with the just silent command, a dark tide rising from the depths of the earth, ready to swarm wherever I direct them. Then, roaches starts to pour in. I hear the panic ripple through the crowd, mortals screaming in horror, some jumping frantically, others trying to desperately to crush the advancing tide of insects they have found their way onto the streets. Come to me, you little nasty shits! The initial brush of their tiny cold legs instinctively makes me want to shake them off, but I remain still, my face a mask of calm. The shouts from the crowd blur into a steady, indistinct noise as I focus on enduring the repulsive tingling. The roaches keep swarming my body, never-ending, infinite, an invasion both intimate and alien. I almost gag when they reach my face, but I manage to keep my cool. We're nearly there. I let them cover me whole in the living, crawling blanket of darkness. I pray that Renard notices that that's his cue. Luckily, he catches on. You know how we handle government pests? We smoke him out! He tosses a smoker at my feet. As it explodes into gray clouds, I quickly weave the threads of invisibility around myself and shake off the swarm of bugs from my body into one swift motion. The crowd gasp in disbelief as I seem to vanish, leaving behind only the writhing mass of cockroaches. It appears as though they devoured me alive. I let the cockroaches off my leash and they scurry away, retreating back to their hideous haunts. Then everyone goes wild. I watch the reaction from just beyond the crowd, unnoticed by the captivated onlookers. Nobody saw me slip off the stage. Nobody except Reynard, who shoots me a nod of quiet acknowledgement and seemingly segues to his next act. Only then the tension slams into me like a truck, nearly sending me to my knees. It worked. It fucking worked. I sigh, a pointless gesture, but it somehow resets my inner balance. Yet this nagging unease, this dread of screwing up, continues to slither up my spine. I clench my jaw and stand my ground, locked in, fully alert. Reynard's got the crowd hyped up past the point of no return. The Sombra trio scanning every corner, watching the Sad's van like hawks. That van, so plain and unnoticed, carries a vial of Vitae so ancient it challenges all logics. Do those agents even know the treasure they're carting around? SAD, Special Affair Division. A rare breed of mortal with an insight into our inner world, spearheading the crusade against all evil. It feels like some messed up fairy tale, but hey, I used to say the same shit about vampires, didn't I? The agent stepped out, the driver leading the way, his right-hand man glued to his back, shotgun at the ready. Their gazes laser focused on the mob. They are beyond pissed. The driver attempts to disperse this crowd, screaming his lungs out, but it's like shouting into a black hole. Reynard's got the crowd wrapped around his finger, entrenched deep in their heads. Can't you see? We've just started, and here they are, breathing down our necks, trying to control us, trying to fucking chain you up. Or you really gonna let that happen? Or you gonna let them rip your freedom away just like that? The crowd, as if waiting for a signal, starts booing the convoy's guard, who are totally lost trying to make sense of the chaos. This is perfect. In the midst of it all, the La Sombra trio moves into place, smoother than shadows. I'm on edge, jittery, waiting for my moment. So, who are we waiting for, people? Let's tear them a new one! With Reynard's words lighting the fuse, the crowd explodes in fury, closing in on the guards who are frantically trying to not pull the triggers. The other two Asians in the sedan are completely overrun, trapped by the seething mass. Reynard gives me the signal and Max melts into the crowd, making a beeline for the van. I catch his drift and move. Weaving through the crowd, I make my way towards the two agents swarmed by the angry mob, gently pushing bystander aside with a blend of finesse and resolve. It doesn't take long before I spot the keys to the van's rear door swinging from the driver's belt. I edge closer, focused and driven, through though the exhilaration almost betrays me. My hands barely shakes with excitement as I grasp the key, but the guard sensed a slight tug and instantly turns to our eyes meeting in a silent standoff. Shove him away. Aw, I'm nobody. Don't sweat it, you got bigger problems, buddy. The guard, strangely sane given what just happened, nods and turns to fend off the increasingly aggressive crowd. I make a swift exit, not sticking around to see how it all plays out. I head towards the van. With the key in hand, I could swiftly snatch that vial, but a firm grip on my shoulder stops me dead in my tracks. Nicely done, kid. Now hand over the key. His gaze is chilling, void of warmth. Let go of me. We're running out of goddamn time. Look at the crowd. You wound them way too much. I know. Give me the key. I'll get the vial as fast as I can. Before I can even snap back, he's already darting towards the van. The key somehow swapped straight from my hand. I tried to follow, but suddenly the throng of people swells, effectively blocking my path. This nagging unease slithers up my spine again. Feels like a damn century, but finally, Renner struts out of the van, a wrapped up bundle flush against his chest like it's the Cullinan diamond. I'm waving like a maniac, trying to get his attention, but he straight up ignores me. I'm yelling, trying to break through the wall of noise, and just when I'm about to, a shotgun blast tears through the noise, leaving deafening silence in his wake. Panic fractures the crowd. The sad agent finally pieced together the clusterfuck, but it's too late. Tarmas and his psycho Sombra crew are already ripping into them, shredding any chance of order before the angels know what hits them. It's pure anarchy. Damn Tarmas, that crazy bastard, turns on Raynor with a snarl. The other Sombra pounds on the other agents who just managed to stumble off their sedan. And me? I'm just standing there, paralyzed, completely fucking useless. Amidst this mayhem, the Times Square balls illuminates the night, its color vibrant as it nears the final moments of this descent. It's weirdly gorgeous, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. My voice falters. Reynard, Reynard, Reynard. ... He's been everything. My maker, my mentor, my shield. The supreme overlord of bullshit. But now, when he looks at me, there's nothing there. I don't know who this person is. Maybe the Reynard I thought I knew was never real to begin with. Please, don't stop it. Please? His gaze jumps from the vial. He's clutching to Tarmas, then to me. And then he's gone, dashing towards Central Park, just fucking off and leaving me stranded. I knew it. Again. I finally shoved my way out of the crowd, barely noticing Tarmas chasing down Reynard with one of those La Sombra goons hot on their heels. But I'm not really focused on them. No. It's because the last La Sombra is barreling towards me, I screaming, "I'm gonna fuck you up," with a bloody mess from the sad sedan and his backdrop. Is this the King Dread equivalent of staring down the barrel? I fight back as hard as I can, but he's too strong. He slams me to the ground, his eyes burning with a wild frenzy, hungry for my demise. I close my eyes, stilling myself to what's next. It's close, I can sense it. My reckoning. And then, pain, excruciating pain, like a blade carving through my cheekbone, burrowing toward my brain. But the oblivion doesn't come. Instead, the heavy weight of a motionless corpse pins me down, oddly comforting like a big warm chunky blanket of a winter night. My eyes snap open against my will. The somber dog, his head's a mess, stumbles off me, returning my freedom. Guess the same bullet that obliterated his skull must have kissed my cheek too. The sidewalks next to me erupts, the deafening roar of a bullet chasing the impact. I'm up and running before I can think twice, not even glancing back because it's clear as day. The SAD isn't fucking around. They've got snipers ready to pick me off. The crowd's thinning, but there are enough people left for me to slip away, heading straight for Central Park. And with every step, my wrath grows within me like a tidal wave, stronger and more vicious than ever. When their sounds finally reach me, it's obvious the outcome's been sealed, and Reynard's on the losing side. The only breaks in the sickening rhythm of soft, fleshy impacts are Reynard's agonized groans. Gah! I edge closer, stepping from shadow to shadow, careful not to land myself in a similarly shitty scenario. When I finally see him, holy fuck. Reynard looks like hell. Legs broken, nose caved in. That smug grin he always had wiped away clean. Just a few... Okay, the smug grin he always had wiped away clean. Just a few dark stains show where the damage got too severe. His vitae, now still, painting the dimly lit pavement. And then there's Tarmas, flaunting the rap's prize that Renner was so desperate to get, now firmly in his grasp, mockingly dangled just out of my sire's reach. He carefully unwraps the cause of all this ruin, holding up to catch the moonlight's glow. The relic of my lineage, essence without form. Zaparazutra's blood. All this chaos over this little thing? Seriously, Castle, your precious bloodline doesn't seem to justify such defiance. Honestly, it's hard to argue with that. The blood looks mundane, albeit darker and thicker than what one would expect. But there's more to it, an elusive, intangible allure, something hypnotic. As if it's whispering just to me. Give it to me! Give... Another sickening sound, another bone gone wrong. This time his arm twisted like a corkscrew. The wound could heal quickly, but God is erect. And I feel nothing. Absolutely nothing. Tarmas quickly stuffed the bundle back into his jacket and signaled his Sombra goon to keep an eye on Reynard. Then he grabs the machete, the same one Reynard had magically whipped out against him not too long ago. The thought of diving in to save my sire barely trickles my brain. It disappeared before I can even consciously squash it like I was never there. Time to wrap things up, eh? Castle? Go fuck your... Even in the faint moonlight, I saw his teeth scatter through the air and disappear into the fluffy snow. You know, Veritra wanted me to officially thank you for all your efforts before putting an end to your sorry ass, but... yeah, fuck that, we're short on time. Reynard manages to laugh, although it sounds strange, wheezy. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel like a laughter of resignation. What's so damn funny? Suddenly, a massive Doberman lunges straight at Tarmas, knocking him down towards me. The dog's attack is ferocious, its bite snapping Tarmas' neck with a viciousness that's nearly surgical, his body collapsing away from his head. And I'm pretty sure Tarmas saw me before we went down. Just didn't have the chance to rat me out on his buddy. Reynard's machete falls close by. I picked it up. No thought behind the gesture. It's nice to feel something tangible in my hand. It reminds me of what I'm seeing is real. The ever-presence of New Year's Eve's light flickers off of his blade. The music from Times Square amps up, drowning all of the sounds in the world. Reynard's poor loyal mutt doesn't make it. The Sombra Goons finishes off with a swift, lethal strike, and the dog's departure is marked by a soft, regretful whimper. Shame. I had more affection for that dog than its master. The goon makes a move for Tarmas's corpse, going for the vial. I don't even blink. Don't pause to think. Just let loose with the machete, pouring every ounce of strength into one strike. His head hits the ground with a thud, body crumpling after it. I can't feel my legs. Reynard catches my eyes, but keeps his mouth shut. Whether he's physically unable or just doesn't want to speak, I don't know. It's not like I give a damn. I grab the bundle and peel it open. Holding the vial up to the moonlight, it looks underwhelming. How could such a simple thing spark all this madness? But the feeling gives off power, potential, risk, lineage, the threat of eternal demise. This could brighten the future or spell the doom of my entire clan. Kelly! Oh, fuck. His voice barely cuts through the buzzing in my ears. The numbness has spread upwards from my legs. I can barely move my fingers. Even my eyelids feels numb. Kelly! Hand it over! Please! I never felt less like myself. Just a sip, goddammit! I'll be up and running in no time. I never felt more like myself either. No. Kelly! Things could go back to how they were. Together, we could do so much more. Reach heights. Shut the fuck up, Reynard. Just shut up for once. And he does. For this once, he actually listens. I finally see you for who you are, and I'm just tired of your bullshit. I'm done letting you spew any more of it. You ungrateful cunt! I should. You owe me. I owe you nothing. You brought this on yourself. Remain silent. You've taken it too far past the critical mass. Now. A distant radio crackles, and the sound of footsteps signal that the SAD has picked up my scent. Now you deal with the fallout. I slip the vial into my belt bag and start to walk. The feeling in my body returned. Now it's like it's made of lead, but I move. Don't you walk away from me, kid! I made you! I keep walking. I don't dare look back. I can't bear to. Kelly! I break into a full sprint. I just can't. I need to get out of here. I get swept up by the crowd again. Oh God. My instincts screaming in overdrive, a wildfire of pure raw unadulterated panic threatening to explode inside my head. 6. Then it hits me. Oh, New Year. The familiarity with this crowd. Its rhythm, pulsating, moving as one, buzzing from every conceivable high, pulsating with anticipation, desire, ecstasy. This kind of crowd is where I belong. 5! I literally came into this world in one. My mom giving birth to me in the middle of a desert rave, right in the goddamn public pool. All my firsts happened in the heart of such a crowd. First deception, first puff of weed, first psychedelic journey, first true intimacy, first shady deal. I was in a crowd like this that I was embraced. 4! Fucking hell, Reynard. Why? Why in the... You had a knack for making everything then seem within reach, for making me believe that this unlife of ours had worth. That I had worth. Was I nothing more than a tool in your hands? Did any truth ever escape your lips, or was it all lies? 3! I left the sea of bodies carrying me, transformed me, merging me into the totality of sensation, a singular, overwhelming experience. Just like that, I'm back to myself. I've shaken off any sad tales way back. If they were ever really onto me, they're long since been distracted by the decoy I dropped in Central Park. I feel like shit, she's smiling. But for the past week, pretty much everyone's been treating me like one. And some have been as it way longer. And some have been at it way longer. Just dress it up as care. Patrick. 2! It's only now that I catch sight of the square ball hanging right above me. The countdown is on. Almost midnight. Welcoming 2025. The year brimming with potential. The year for change. But what about you, my dear phony caitiff? Will you change too? Or will you remain obsessed with the belief that the answers lie somewhere beyond? That all you need is patience and diligence, and finally you'll be led to them like a lost sheep. I truly hope to find your way back to reality. Maybe. One! Maybe then I'll track you down. Oh, the threat is over. Just notice. Like when the eye is very open, this is when the threat is at its highest. Now it's closed. The eye is closed. You'll be all stiff and awkward, and I'll hassle you more than you can handle without cracking up. And together, we'll work it all out. Happy New Year 2025! Let's go! Happy New Year, my ass. Finally break free from the crowd. A quick scan of my surroundings shows no immediate threat. No SAD, no hunters, no dime ivory tower in sight. Good. I'm done with this city. A week full of nightmare, main quest. Alright. In the everlasting game of survival, I got the vial, and Reynard's got his due. It's time to give New York City a middle finger and never look his way again. My memory of getting here is all foggy. I must stray off the path more than a few times before, because it's late as hell, with the sun about to peek over the urban skyline. How much time do I have left? 20 minutes? Maybe 30 if I'm lucky. Finally, I round the corner of the parking lot when I left my RV. A surge of relief running through my bones when I spot her tucked away in the shadows, still in one piece. But the shadows here, they don't feel empty. Patrick's back. Kelly, we're not alone. Fucking hell, Patrick. Don't sneak up on me like that. If you're here just to... He's trying to act cool, slouching against my RV. But every line of his lanky body screams blood, wounds, and agony, even if his face isn't showing it at all. On the contrary, he remains perfectly blank in that familiar way I've grown to take comfort in, but... something off about this old visage. The way he looks at me. The way he's standing here. As if he's not pouncing at me only because the pain's holding him back. My gut always goes nuts when I'm about to face a real danger, and right now I'll listen. So I come to a halt. What's wrong? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Seems like the SAD started hiring amateurs, or they're just slipping up, as I'm sure you are well aware. I am well aware, but how the hell does he know that? Just nod curtly and keep my mouth shut. I'm sorry about Reynard. I get that he was a flawed man who caused you more than enough suffering, but grief is really just black or white, isn't it? And while I never knew my own sire, I can sympathize. I'm truly sorry for your loss. How do you... You've been spying on me? He shrugs with one shoulder, a pathetic attempt at looking nonchalant. Knowing things is what I do. Knowledge is power, right? And on the topic of knowledge... He takes a step forward and instantly takes one step back, tensing up, ready to flee or fight. He stopped, gazing at me with his big empty eyes. Why don't you hand over the vial? So this is it, huh? I really am just a lone rogue. Cali versus the goddamn world. I would laugh, but there's no joy left in me. Not even a trace of sarcasm. All this time, you lying sack of shit. I'm not your enemy, Cali. I just need the vial. Hand it over, please. In the end, survival is the game we play. Refuse, antagonize, or lie. I have no idea what you're on about. Oh, shit. I was hoping you would lie better than that. He just levels me with an amused glare. The vial of Zapatasura blood you and your sire stole from the sad transport earlier this night. Do I need to explain myself further? Yeah, go ahead, enlighten me about this imaginary vial. Cali, I know you like to mock, but this is not a joking matter. I hiss at him, back hunched and fangs bare, but curiosity killed the raven. Why? Why the hell are you doing this? To brown-nose the sheriff? To put me in my place? Tell me. I told you. It's knowledge I'm after. Be more specific. I'm just a blind tool, remember? Cali. He struggles a bit, his voice hanging in the air. I told you about my heritage. Malkavian heritage. It has plagued me for as long as I can remember. That vial contains my heritage, not yours. That vial, more than anything, holds immense power. A force vast enough to either usher in our doom or unlock the gateway to uncharted possibilities. It all hinges on who claims it first. He hesitates, but seems too exhausted to keep up his facade of secrets. Veritra is certain the blood would expand her mind. She assured me it would grant her a unique insight into the nature of our kind and, in turn, the nature of my other voice. I stare at him, mouth agape. Are you fucking serious right now? He just nods, his expression unreadable. I don't even know where to start. You've been in cahoots with Veritra this whole time? I thought you made me think you were scared shitless of her. I am scared of her. I really am, but... Cali, I'm old. Way, way older than you. 4 times your age, at least. I survived the fall of London. I witnessed the true extent of the eternal struggle. I've even learned to outsmart the conflicted voice in my head. But this one bizarre, distinct voice. I have to know why it still haunts me. I can't go on like this without answer. Veritra, she promised me that... I burst out laughing, fury and disbelief coursing through my veins. Oh, she's promised you? Really, you absolute moron! Cali, I've never met her even once, and I'm 100% sure she's gonna fuck you over. How could she not? She fucks over everyone. He doesn't seem to hear me. You don't know her like I do. I have been in talks with her for months. She's reasonable, if strict. Stay on her good side, and she delivers on her promises. How can you be so naive? Has she actually come through on anything she's promised? Or has she just been stringing you along until those promises as bait? Using those promises as bait. He shakes his head, not in disagreement, but as if he wanted to dislodge my words from his own ears. Just hand over the vial. Paddy, wake up. Your obsession has led you to your own pit of decay. What happened to your instinct? To all the voices that prophesize the future? Where are they now, that you're about to entrust Veritra with an unimaginable power? Can't you see the end of the world in the making? What's wrong with you? Everything is wrong with me. The raw fury in his voice shocks me. Yeah, this line I should be yelling, but right now is really late, so I shouldn't be yelling. Like, not at all. Just as quickly he regains his composure, shaking his head again and relaxing his hands. I'm going to ask you one last time, please. Hand over the vial. I know the past few nights have been hell for you through no fault of your own, and for what it's worth, I grew to like you. I really don't want this to get ugly, but I need that vial, so hand it over now. You're so down for a smart ass, so you can run straight to Veritra, or no? You're so smart, one of the smartest kindred I ever met, but you're too stupid to see that I can't. That I won't. I turn away from him and storm off toward the RV. But I don't get very far. Give me the vial. Suddenly I'm no longer in control of my own body. Oh, he used dominate. My limbs stiff, head frozen in place, and voice lost. I'm a marionette, and my puppeteer has just pulled my string taut. I turn against my own will, legs shaking with the strain of fruitless protest, and step by step head towards Patrick, who is looking at me steadily, one hand extended and fingers dancing subtly, as if orchestrating my every move. And I cannot stop, no matter how much I scream inside my head, urging my muscle to defy him. There's nothing I can do to break free from Patrick's indomitable will. In the end, I march right up to him and slowly, my hands trembling as it reaches into my belt bag. And then it stops. Patrick pauses for a moment, his hands dropping towards his dice ring. He starts spinning it erratically with a distinct look in his eyes. And though the invisible strings still tug at my limbs, I can feel them loosen with every damn spin. The very moment his concentration wavers, I seize my chance. In that fleeting second of Patrick's hesitation, I grab the wooden stake he gave me on the first night we met and drive it into his heart in one swift move. He lets out a soft, startled noise and crumples onto the ground, unmoving. Only his eyes betray his consciousness, dazed, astonished, and absolutely terrified. I can't believe I felt sorry for him. The same jerk who was pulling me along, pretending to care for the better part of the week. Christ, it's like I'm a magnet for a very specific brand of assholes, proven twice over in just one night. Well, lesson learned. The worst part is, this isn't even your fault. Patrick can't respond, of course, but hell, I'm not even sure to who I'm talking to, him or myself. I crouch down, head buried between my knees, desperately trying to choke back the panic and grief swelling up in me like a tide. Dawn is almost upon us. I can't just go into a breakdown. Damn it. I need to get out of here. I glance at Patrick, but quickly look away, seeing his eyes empty and soulless. I could remove the stake. Nobody deserves to burn alive, unable to do anything about it. But I just know he won't let up. My gut screams that the second I pull that stake out, he'll come at me again. Stubborn as hell, just the way I know him. Right now, my guts is the only thing I trust. Patrick lied to me over and over again about his ring, his motives, his ties to Vritra. How can I trust him not to hurt me when he's just like everyone else? Maybe it's time I really start living like one of my kind, minding my own business instead of sticking my nose into others, even with the best of intentions. Survival's the game we all play. But it's the sun that dictates the rules, so the sun shall decide for us all. I leave Patrick sprawled on the ground and hop into my RV. I start the engine, slam my foot on the gas. You gotta look out for yourself, Callie. Nobody else is gonna do it. You're gonna look out for yourself. I chant the words over and over like a mantra as I drive away, leaving behind Patrick, the Camarilla, the Anarchs, the city, this whole fucking mess, while the vial with the blood of my most ancient of ancestor burns a hole in my belt bag. Gotta look for yourself, Callie. But if I'm really just looking out for myself, why the hell do I feel so wrecked? This is my fucked up reckoning. And nothing in the world can take it away. January 25th, 2025. Reckoning's End. The vial rests on my palm, heavy with both a promise and a burden. What she's gonna do with it? Are we gonna choose? The blood inside is dark, thick like a syrup, and there seems to be a faint warmth to it. Or maybe that's just me making things up. I'm pretty good at that, lying I mean. I was taught by the best of the best, after all. It's so harmless, it looks so harmless, so bland, so plain, so boring. The blood of an antediluvian, the progenitor of my entire dwindling clan. God, I can't even remember his name. Zapatasura. Right, that guy. I'm not even sure if Renner actually believed his own tale about saving our clans from extinction and all that. What did he say again? The last time Zapatasura woke up, he almost wiped out all his descendants, and that was just the start of the mayhem? Sounds like a load of crap, but I really don't know. Honestly, I feel like I don't know anything anymore. And yet, everyone's desperate to get their hands on this cursed thing. Aisling, Veritra, Reynard, Patrick. Oh, Patrick, you brilliant idiot. What would he do if he was in my shoe? He would probably hold onto it, going off on so long-winded rant about the importance of knowledge. What he actually did was... Damn it. I'm really going to miss that goofball, or at least the version of him I knew before tonight. The version that never really existed. Ugh, when did I become such a fragile mess? But this vial just looks as fragile. Could just throw it away, watch the glass break and the blood splatter everywhere. Blood. Feed. Hunger. I guess I'll do what Patrick would do and hang on to you up for a little longer. It'll be our little secret. After all, I'm Ravnos. The rogue, the raven, the trickster. I am the secrets I keep. World of Darkness!